You're about to see Hamantaschen versus Latkes, a debate years in the making.
Today we have some fantastic debaters here discussing a simple question: Latkes or Hamantaschen?
But I have to begin by saying I don't really understand why I was chosen among the thousands of possible moderators, because I have not the slightest idea what either Hamantaschen or Latkes are.
So the Latkes and the Hamantaschen, two traditional Jewish foods for two very different holidays, have been in conflict for many years. This debate, annual once a year, lets everyone air their grievances and fight for their side. Professor Rosen is going to argue from a sort of philosophical standpoint.
This may surprise you, this is not well known. Hamantaschen is actually fairly high up on the great chain of being.
And Professor Gideon will be arguing from a more psychology point of view.
Two close colleagues of mine have recently established the unequivocal conclusion that first is best.
And then each student will get 4 to 5 minutes to rebut. Everyone will have their vote on the note card, we'll tally up the votes, and we'll see who wins.
The intrinsic value of the Hamantaschen is shown, if by nothing else, than by the superiority of its shape. If a lion could speak, we could not understand it. But if he were to say, please, give me your Hamantaschen, then we would think, this lion speaks perfect English. But might not a lion say, I prefer Latkes, thank you? Yes. But he might also say, it's 5 o'clock on the sun. Think about it. I don't expect you to get it now.
I'm going to mention before I begin that the memo that Professor Rosen received about not insulting the other side did not reach me. For the next few minutes, I'm going to do everything I can to ruin him in your eyes.
Purim is a very special holiday. A lot of the Jewish people I've spoken to, it's about food, it's about family, it's about charity and things like that. Not for the Leibovitches. The mother says, well, I'm sorry, we don't have the money to afford all the ingredients that go into Hamantaschen. We can't make preserves.
Think about the many faces of the Latkes. The sweet with applesauce. The sour with sour cream, the savory with smoked fish and eggs, the bitter with herbs and horseradish. This points us towards the next virtue of the Latkes, namely its circularity. Now, I need only refer you to that very familiar volume, Infant Visual Preferences and Review, which all of you have read. Now, this is not totally fair to the triangle. There's one triangle that babies are interested in looking at. It is a triangle composed of 3 circles. And this is, of course, the archetypal image built into our species of the human face, which will guide the child forward into learning. So we see I don't want to end with such a negative note. I'll end with just positive reinforcement rather than negative by allowing us to just gaze for a moment. Thank you.
This is something that happens every year, but not every year are we able to have it in the Wiglio Senate chamber, and it was extremely fun.
In the end, the votes were tallied and the Hamantaschen reigned supreme once more. We knew there would be a larger turnout than usual, but we had no idea that so many students would be here, and it really seemed like everyone was having such a good time.